Hi, my name's Alexis Duhaney. I'm a scouting assistant, and this is my first year with the Lions.
Welcome to another Women in Football segment. I'm Danny Rogers. It's presented by Priority Health. I'm joined by Alexis Duhaney, NFL scouting assistant. My first question, hopefully it's a softball. What is an NFL scouting assistant, Alexis?
So basically an NFL scouting assistant, I work with two other scouting assistants. They're awesome. We basically assist with any tasks or projects that the pro personnel department works with on a daily basis during the preseason, postseason, and during the season.
What does the week look like? I've heard there's crazy schedules sometimes.
Yeah, we're definitely busy, always something to do. But basically we update the scouting database every morning with any news throughout the league. We make point of attack tapes for college players and pro players. We evaluate college players, and we also help out during practice wherever we can. So I help out with the wideout drills, and I also hold the chains, which is an experience in itself. And then we'll also help with onboarding and offboarding current and new players.
An NYU grad, you had a concentration in sports law, a bunch of different things. So what did your journey to the Detroit Lions look like?
Yeah, so I initially went to the University of Miami, then transferred to NYU to study sports management. And I concentrated in sports law because I knew that if I wanted to work within pro personnel throughout my career, that it would be important to understand interpreting contracts, learning about collective bargaining agreements, and just anything within the law aspect of sports. I actually interned with the Fordham University football team during my time at NYU, which was such an amazing experience. That was my first kind of introduction into football, so it was so much fun and such a valuable experience. And then also, when I was doing that, I also interned for a summer with the NFL League office in New York City, where I got to meet Roman Oben and Vanessa Hutchinson, who have also been two great resources throughout my journey. And then I also participated in the NFL Women's Forum, where I got to speak with so many amazing women who want to get involved in the NFL. And I got to meet Brad Holmes there, actually.
What got you interested in sports, though, and specifically football?
Yeah, so I used to watch football with my dad all the time because my cousin played for the Falcons. And so when I was just thinking of, you know, what I wanted to go into after getting a degree in sports management, I was like, it has to be football, because it would be so awesome to work with football because I love it so much and had a passion for it. So when I was looking at what to go into, I was like, I really wanted to be involved with the football aspect itself and not just the business side. So that's why I kind of leaned towards scouting, which was kind of intimidating since I didn't really have any scouting experience prior to that. But yeah, I pursued that aspect, and that's how I kind of got here.
I was looking on our team page. The scouting department is probably one of the biggest departments here with the organization. So you've got a ton of resources, but you just mentioned scouting, it was a little intimidating. You hadn't done it. So how do you learn how to do that?
Yeah, so before I graduated at NYU, I basically cold emailed and was calling and DMing scouts and pro personnel executives throughout the league to try and get any advice that I could to get into scouting and learn how to evaluate talent. And I was lucky enough to connect with Ray Agnew, our assistant GM, who has been such an amazing resource for me and just giving me film to watch and guiding me through evaluating players and assisting me with watching just highlights on YouTube when I could. So he is the reason why I'm here, and I cannot thank him enough for giving me that advice and those resources to get me where I am today.
I know you have assistant attached to your title, NFL scouting assistant, but how excited are you to be, even if it's the slightest part in helping to rebuild this team?
Yeah, I am so excited. I don't care what level I'm at. I could be lower than an assistant, and I would still be so pumped to be a part of this organization with such awesome people.
How important is it for you to see more women in scouting roles in the NFL or even in college football as well?
When I was looking up how to get into scouting, a lot of the examples of the people who got into scouting and became GMs were men. And I had myself thinking at one point, you know, maybe there isn't an opportunity for me to go into scouting. So it was definitely a motivation for me to try as hard as I could to get into scouting so I could one day be an example for a future female aspiring scout to get into the league and work as a scout and just be a helpful resource in helping people do so.
So what's your best advice? A woman wants to be a scout in the NFL, what would you tell her?
I would tell her, be persistent, be confident. Definitely have to go out of your comfort zone because, you know, talking to people you don't know and talking to executives and reaching out to people, guessing email domains, like it's a lot of work, but it pays off and it's so worth it.